What you are about to see is a discussion video based on the information and knowledge of the current reaction done by ArchitectCobra. Theories and ideas said in this video may be 100% wrong and may be guesses. For those of you who are lore Lances and wish to ruin the show for ArchitectCobra for giving him information that you would only get from future episodes that he has not gotten to yet, then I suggest you turn this video off now. This is not the video for you. Welcome back, everybody, to Fairy Tale Episode 8. This episode, we're going to be talking about 176, 177, 178. Basically, the new start of the new series, season, whatever you want to call it. The new change in the show. So it's going to be interesting. Today, joining us, we have Justin and Tommy joining us today. Welcome, guys.
Hello. Thank you.
Hello.
So we would have had more, but like a lot of people are like not here, so we just have us today, which is fine. We've had a 3-person discussion before, so and it worked out pretty well. So let's kick it off with what we saw. The very first thing we saw in the episode was seeing the future. We saw Lucy crying. Like in like the rubble of like the whole city, I guess it is, and she's crying and everything, and there's dragons everywhere, and oh my god, and so many theories come to mind that why the dragons are there, and I've said it in my reaction, but my theory is like the eclipse project turns the moon to an eclipse, like it does, or no, the moon goes. The moon goes into an eclipse, and then the eclipse gate or whatever opens. Somehow it brings dragons to them. So that's what I'm thinking. Like the gate is going to bring dragons to the city to basically activate like the Dragon King festival in a way, like to start it. Yeah, so that's kind of like my theory right now. So I mean, it might be totally wrong, but
I like how the episode just immediately started off with like so many dragons, and like you don't know what the hell. Yeah, like you don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of the future. It's all like the eclipse and all the rubble and burning fire and all that stuff. But like this went above, like way beyond what we already knew of the future. Like a calamity happened, we knew that, but then like this came out, and all of a sudden we know, okay, the calamity's dragons, like they're back.
That certifies as a calamity in a sense, yes. And I love how throughout the ending of last series, they just showed us the part where Lucy's crying, like that same part, and then with the tower collapsing, and then the beginning of this episode. They show us that, but then they add in the extra, like, 30-second scene with, like, 10,000 dragons in the sky or something.
Yeah.
Or, like, hundreds of thousands, like, however many's there.
And then later on, we see the same clip again, but with a little bit extended version of it, with Natsu fighting back with the dragons.
Oh, we get to see Natsu absorb their fire twice, even though it's the exact same fire he absorbed, but that is okay. And we get to see him think he, even though he's a dragon slayer, I mean, to be honest, with my personal opinion of this is... No matter how powerful a dragon slayer he may be, I mean, come on, that's like 1v1000s, dude. I don't know how that's gonna work for you. There was like so many of them. One maybe. Thousands? I don't know.
I'm still hoping. I told you this off call, but off recording, whatever. I'm hoping that like I don't know. I'm hoping that Nazi somehow turns more dragon than he is right now, like for instance what Cobra does. You know when he turns into his Dragon Force mode or whatever mode that is, whatever when he activates his arms are like turning into like half dragon or whatever. Like I want that to be like Natsu. Like all of a sudden his body just mutates into like a dragon form, and he's like way stronger than anything. I
mean,
so yeah,
I'm wondering, because based off what we find out throughout this first episode is, well, if we go in order, technically, after that clip, I love how this episode had like almost no chill for the first episode. I just realized that the first episode had almost zero chill at all.
Well, no, there was a bunch of chill. They were in the
they were eating cake.
Bar.
Then Urza attacked him and told him to die with honor because it's still 50. It was still 50. She was Urza. You don't mess with her and her cake. We know this. So no, it's still 50 there. It still never hit quite zero. It hit a zero when Lucy was laughing at the beginning with all the guilt before they started fighting and everything. But that was for a split second. I mean, that doesn't exactly compensate for the other 21 minutes and 30 seconds of just straight up.
There was also pretty chill too as well when Gagio was leading Wendy and Natsu to the thing. I mean, but
then they reveal that the society that used to be like ruled by dragons. It's like Information 100.
Yeah, so we get the new clothes, we get new animations and art style now. Because there was a year gap between the episodes that I watched last time and then this episode.
Easy to tell the difference. It's really easy to tell the difference.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I liked it a lot, especially the scene with Urza. Urza's like art style is really cool. It's very subtle in some ways, the changes, but in a way it all adds up to be like really really good. Her like armor style and all that stuff. Yeah,
if you want to ask my opinion, I never am really keen on noticing like the minor things sometimes, but what I could 100% tell the increased animation style in was when Natsu was charging his fire on his hand.
Yeah,
that looked a lot more detailed and a lot more animated.
Especially with him,
like ice.
When Natsu was fighting the dragons, we saw that too. Like the increased like
the animation looked crazy.
Yeah.
But like I said, I love how we see that whole future thing. Then we see I'm glad they threw the bar thing in between the future Lucy thing, because then right after the bar thing, we get Sting wreck the master like it was like his job. Like thank you, Sting.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, so Sting and Rogue. Yeah, Sting and Rogue were getting yelled at for losing against Natsu in the previous episodes, and both got knocked around like ragdolls, pretty much, like with the master's like ability. And then I don't know the cat's name, but Sting's cat.
Lecter.
There you go. Lecter kind of steps up and tries to defend Sting.
Points too, with valid points actually.
With valid points, yeah. And then the master just like literally just
nukes him.
Drops
a nuke on him.
Like there's I don't know. Just utter devastation.
She like evaporated or something.
Yeah. So he saw Sting saw that. Sting got emotional, and like I said in my reaction, it's like Natsu's flames of emotion. You know, like he gets stronger with the more emotion he has. So Sting sort of has that similar kind of trait. It seems like he's got like emotion built behind it. I'm sure all of them do, but like Natsu is like the most prevalent one that has that effect.
And to be fair, for all that hype about here's the thing, like Sting just broke the cliche of finding out if there was ever a way to find out each person's power and what it was. We didn't get to find out the guild leaders. Nah, he just got nuked by Sting right through the chest. That's how we like.
Yeah, and we don't know the outcome of that either. We don't know if he's
really don't,
hurt
right,
or if he's dead or
there was a hole through him. Did you see the hole? No,
yeah,
there was a hole straight through him. I'm not sure.
There was
Unless
a definite hole.
There was a little bit of blood too, but you have to like really look for it.
Interesting. I didn't see the blood. Yeah.
That was basically like taking a laser beam through the. That's actually exactly what it was.
But to be fair, there have been shows that.
I know.
I think Fairy Tail does it too. The when like they show something going through somebody, and then it cuts back to them, and like their clothes are all like evaporated in that area, but their body's fine. Like it cut back, rips through.
What it did is it showed it going through him, and then when he was when it showed him on the ground from a bird's eye view, he had a hole in him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I missed that.
He had a hole in him. You were too focused on Sting, like being all like I swear, you like hands went up when he shot right through it. It was like, yes.
Yeah, he's dead. He's probably dead.
It's probably dead. Yeah. Then yeah.
If you think about it, that means that Sting just literally it kind of makes you wonder, like, if he beat him in one hit, obviously with the light of emotion. I'm wondering if Natsu was mad enough if he could have beaten him back then.
He was like emotional, like a hardcore, like Natsu was, but not like to the point where like friends are dying. Like he's emotional because of friends. They're not being friendly to their family, kind of stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like Sting's may have, at least for this moment, I feel like Sting's emotions there may have surpassed Natsu's in a sense, only because he didn't witness friends getting mistreated. He witnessed his friend just getting nuked.
Yeah.
And then, in fact, the way he was holding his head, like, was when he was getting ready to go psychotic. He's like, all you see is his eye, like, in this really angry way. That's one of his eyes. And then you don't even get to see him shoot off the laser. You just see the Guildmaster's eyes widen, and then it shows a white laser going through his stomach.
Yeah.
Like, no chill.
Could you imagine if that happened to Happy and Natsu's reaction?
Oh no!
Like,
he'd burn everything. he'd be on a rampage for sure.
Yeah.
He wouldn't stop at one person either. He'd keep going.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Man. That kind of makes you think, like, if and it's kind of a messed up like a scenario of thought. But I wonder if they give all the Dragon Slayers cats, so when they get hurt or lose them, the Dragon Slayers can go like super powerful.
It's sort of like a defense shield in a way, like holding back their emotions behind the cat, and then if the cat's killed, then their emotions come out, and they wreck house.
If you think about it, all the times when the cats are all being fine and they're all happy and they're making jokes, all you ever see the Dragon Slayers do is either joke back or make sarcastic comments or be their general happy selves. But the minute you put your hand on a cat and they don't want you to, oh man, shit flies. Or in other words, you take a laser through your chest. That happens too. But you know, that, like I said, this episode had no chill. The bar scene and the walking through the cave were the only chill scenes it had. But like I said, the bar led up to an astronomical sad event with Lecter, and then the walk through the cave led through the past of the dragons, and the fact that we had to remember the black dragon that blasted the island has huge connections to this stuff now.
Yeah.
So now things are tying together too, and because after Acnologia on Tenor Island, we didn't really hear much more of it after that, and now we're hearing more about his past and who he was, like in a sense that he was human. So shit's connecting.
Yeah, we learned that. Of course, like in every kind of story, dragons always ruled the land. Like they're always like, you know, the top dogs. Like they have a society built around everything. Dragons always rule. So that happens here. And the humans were like cattle to them, pretty much. That was what it seems like.
Yeah. So basically, yeah.
And then a splinter group kind of emerges from the dragons that. Likes humans who wants to kind of coexist with them. Yeah, so they make a bunch of humans into Dragon Slayers, and one Dragon Slayer turns into a dragon after a while. I'll keep using his power over and over and over again, and we know him as Acnologia. And then kind of later we find out that not from the Jade Dragon, but from the Colonel. That Zareth made Acnologia into a dragon.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, I know what did your mic cut out, or is it? It's fine. Okay, I wasn't sure. To be fair, he said that, yes, but at this moment, do we really want to believe a damn word that guy says? I mean, how do we, like, let's think about this. He heard them talking about Acnologia, okay?
Yeah.
He could have, if you think about it, he could have used that as a way to get them interested in the plan too, because let's say, are they really gonna, like, is Zareth really on their mind right now? They know him, obviously, not to seen him. I don't think he ever did he get his name back then? I don't remember. Did he actually get his name? I think they did on the island. Did they find out that was Zareth, or did they just? No. Remember, he said that it's to destroy Zareth and Acnologia, but before, when he was telling Yukino this and everyone else's, it was just Zareth. He added Acnologia in, it seems, after hearing them talk about Acnologia.
Well, yeah, he never mentioned Acnologia until this point, but
I guess it could be true. What I'm trying to say is, I personally would, like, in their opinion, in their state, considering how shady. He's also responsible for the problems that happened with Wendy and Lucy, in a sense. I mean, I'm just saying I wouldn't trust.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah. It's been, for me, like, it's been a while since I've seen this arc, so I actually did not even remember that apparently Zareth was the one who turned Acnologia into a dragon, if that's even true. I always,
like I said,
apparently using the black book, his black book of demons or whatever.
I always remembered that Acnologia, like, it was said in this episode too that he like bathed in the blood of like all the dragons that he killed, and that was the thing that turned him into a dragon. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, and to be fair, like, neither one of us seem to, like, I don't even remember this arc that much. I know some things, but key details like that, sometimes I forget the key details sometimes,
Yeah.
But that's why I'm basing my opinion based off just how shady he's been throughout the end of, like, the last season. Like, that guy's always been in the shadows talking, and the way he makes it sound is he doesn't sound like he wants to beat him all the time. It always sounds like he wants to, like, he's doing it for him.
Yeah.
He's, like, throughout all of last season, like, all in good time, Zareth. It's like, I mean, that could mean defeat him. It's true.
Yeah,
but
there's like different interpretations of that. You can say, yeah.
They're giving us barely no context, and they're doing it purposely. We all know this. We know the show ain't going to give us any answers when we want them. They're obviously going to make us wait. That's what they always do.
So then we found out that the Eclipscape is a form of time travel, pretty much. They plan, or the Colonel says that they plan on activating the gate, time traveling back in time to kill Zareth.
400 years to go kill Zareth.
Yeah.
That's what they said. And before he attained his power of immortality, I think they said.
Which, in my mind, the way I freaking love time travel, like sci-fi sort of stories and stuff. The thing I noticed right at the bat, if they do that, then Acnologia would not be a thing and won't destroy the dragons. So the dragons will still be around, like killing humans and like all that stuff. So it's gonna be a bad thing, straight up bad, like worse than what like keeping Zareth alive.
Actually, if you want to think about it, if you want to go like really deep into the fact that how bad that would mess things up if they went back in time to kill him, okay, Acnologia wouldn't be created. The dragons would still be around. The island would not be nuked by Acnologia. Therefore, they would not be frozen in time for 7 years. Therefore, they would not need the extra training. Therefore, we don't know if they would get second origin this time around. Yeah. We could go and say that the entire fairy tale team would end up getting fucked in the long run if you wanted to be that, like, in that case, because a lot of the people they wouldn't have met, like, you know, it just makes you think all the things that could be variables and change when you do it like that.
But the main thing, dragons are still going to be around. So that's
all
the
you
main
care
thing.
about. It's like, yes.
Well, I mean, like, literally, if dragons are still around, then humankind wouldn't expand like it is. So all the kingdoms and stuff, they wouldn't be around. They'll be, like, in holes and, like, caves, like, hiding from dragons.
That's true. So if you think about it, fairy tale might not even be alive if they did that. They might have got eaten while they were young.
Nobody would be, like, where they are right now. They would be, like, hiding from dragons as they're like running away. And they're to be fair, there could be that splinter group like kind of still like with the humans too. But yeah, like the evil side of dragons would still be around in the world.
Yeah. Oh, that was the static from his thing. But so as we heard this episode in a sense, apparently, if they're still considered such, apparently dragon slayers are considered like ancient warriors in a sense. That type of magic. We already knew the magic was ancient and like forgotten and lost. But you know, now I'm just gonna call Natsu like the ancient warrior. That's what I'm just gonna call him, the ancient warrior Natsu. And the ancient. No, you can't. Oh, that would be so interesting. I don't even like. Oh, let's continue before I lose my train of thought.
Yeah, they're definitely like one of like, you know, the high class ones. Well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, they never said that the humans were trained in dragon slaying magic. They just gained it. They gained it. But no, they said they gained it by the dragons though. So in a way, it was still given to them. They didn't just get it. Like they even said in the episode, they didn't just get it. They even showed the dragon sitting in front of him, giving him the power in a sense. Like, it wasn't exactly... But, like, what I'm saying is, Natsu and all them were, like, grew up like learning Dragon Slayer magic and all that stuff. So
yeah, I know, but if you think about it, we don't really know anything about, like, we know based off what the Dragon Slayers themselves can remember, but we need to know more. I'm assuming before we can really make any conclusions. That's why they're starting to tie everything together little by little. Eventually, by the end of this huge it's probably going to reach like 700 episodes before we even find out anything about like it's probably going to backtrack full circle to where we want it to be, or something. But
yeah.
I was just observing the dialogue very carefully. I tend to do that sometimes, and I personally believe they're leaving context out for a reason. Like, even when I originally watched the older Fairy Tail, obviously when Natsu was talking about Igneo and all that stuff, there wasn't many episodes where he'd go too much into detail about it. We know he claims he taught Dragon Slayer magic from Igneo. But other than that, and the fact he taught him how to read and write and all that, we didn't really get to know much more, except for he's a very important person to Natsu. That's all we really got.
He was like a dad to Natsu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we don't have much to go on. I want more myself, because I don't remember this arc. And I don't remember any arc. Except for recent.
Then we kind of learned about the next event. Not only learned, but started the next event. The final day event, the Battle Royale. With all the teams that are currently in the in the show still, minus Raventail, because it got disqualified and all that stuff too.
You looked, yeah. Huh? You looked super happy that the cat Ichiya wasn't there. You looked super happy that he wasn't there.
Yes, I was.
But you still looked somewhat soulless when they showed Blue Pegasus, just because Ichiya was at the front. You still looked somewhat soulless. You just I love at the exact moment they introduced that guild is when you put your hand into your other hand, and your head into your hand, your chin. And then you were just looking down, just waiting for them to move on to the next guild. It's like, yeah, okay.
Dude, and when Jura took him out, I was just as happy as you were.
Yeah, it's like, thank you, Jura. Thank you.
He's all like, freaking Ichiya's like, I will defend you, or I will, revenge, all that stuff. And then Jura just goes, it's like karate chopping in the back of the head. Jura's all like enjoying his time there right now. He's just like walking around, just karate chopping people, utterly destroying them.
Chilling. Just casually chilling.
But so while that's happening, Natsu is leading the Splinter group to go rescue Lucy because she was captured. Well, her and Yuki though. Yukino.
My favorite part about that is when they showed the Fairy Tail Splinter group when you were watching them. You like when you saw Natsu's, like it seems like you kind of figured he would be there. But then when they showed Mary, like Mara, like you said it so excitedly because you obviously know what she can do. It's just like that was just so like the tone just instantly changed. It was like
because usually it's just like Natsu, Happy, Wendy, and Carla, and then they added since Gajil's in the games. Lily is with the Splinter group, and then like that all would have been fine like by itself, but they added Mira, and that's like an added bonus. Like they're so gonna win whatever they're doing right now. Like, well, they're trapped right now in like this like jail looking thing underground.
But we know that a good portion of Mara's forms can fly, so can like I don't know.
So can Happy and like and
that's
all
true.
Them, and they never activated their wings when they fell. They just like
that's
fell.
right. I wonder because I remember there's something they let us know in the first episode or the second episode about using your magic too close to the Eclipse Gate. I wonder if like the Eclipse Gate is like close by or something. And that's why they're trying or something.
That's true.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't remember either.
Natsu used his flame to get past the bars.
Oh, that's yeah, he did actually. That's true. Huh? I don't know why they didn't just. Well, maybe it was the plot convenience of the episode ending that they didn't try anything.
Probably.
Or the door closed like immediately and they couldn't get back out or something. I don't know. Anyways, so while that's happening, we learned that so they have 5 members per team. The leader, they pick a team. They pick a leader, and it's 5 points. If you kill or not kill, if you defeat the leader, and then all the other members are 1 point each. What I'm wondering is in Team Fairy Tail who the leader is, like because there's a lot of really strong, powerful people in the team that it's hard. hard to choose. Yeah, Urza or like Loxus, like either one of them.
Yeah, that's who you would think because they're both the only two. Like if in figures of what we know, they are the only two S-class wizards on that team. So in my opinion, if you're gonna make one the leader, you should make it. I think you should make it the S-class wizard. But then again, then the enemies know exactly who to go for if they know. Well, each guild has their own S-class wizard.
A lot of time it's pretty obvious. Like I'm pretty sure Jura's their leader.
I mean, we already know he's going after Loxus. That we know Jura's like he said last season. He says that my target would be the would-be heir Loxus or something. If you remember.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone started kind of picking
fairy tale people,
picking their members to fight. Like
Kagura and Urza. There was like the where Kagura's like she didn't really say Urza, but she said Titania. I think is what she said. Yeah.
I can't wait for that fight.
I want to see what happens with this Gray versus Rufus thing to get left off with.
Yeah, that seems pretty. It's gonna be pretty interesting. I hope Mavis told Gray some like strats. Some strats.
Mavis proved herself some god tier level shit this episode.
Mavis is the best. She's awesome. She doesn't need magic power to do what she does. It's just all in her mind. It's awesome.
Just her brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing that's kind of interesting is you can take this first guild master who has the appearance of a little girl on top of it, and we've seen her cry like once or twice for really silly reasons.
Yeah.
And every time I try to see her be serious, I kind of laugh a little bit because I'm like, at the same time, it's like, yes, she can be serious and badass too, but like I just have memories of the scene where at the end of the last season when after the Loxus fought all the guild members, all the Raventail
at night when she
was crying and the Margaret was like, "Come for her, Loxus, do something." Well, what am I supposed to do, Grams? Can't you do it?
Yeah, I'm still wondering if she's like a ghost where you'd like pass through her kind of thing, like you can't actually touch her. Because when they said that, it seemed like they sort of in the back of their mind knew that they couldn't actually comfort her. Because she's a ghost, kind of thing.
Yeah, I know, but like when I see this now, it's like you see this adorable, like free-spirited, very like caring person for the guild is very proud of Makra for raising them, as she stated many times. But in a sense, it's like then you see her like the way it wasn't showing her eyes during most of the episodes, it was showing her smile. It looked very, very badass / devious at the same time. It's like, just as I calculated. It was like, okay, Brainiac.
Well, when Makra was like telling a little bit about Mavis, like the fairy tactician, jump back to when she was still the master and like the battles and stuff, and we see her like putting up to the sky and like there's fire and flames behind her. It's like the fairy tactician.
So long story short, all wars in Fairy Tale that will ever happen, the easy way to victory, take Mavis with you. It's what you gotta do. It's gonna be the thing. We need to do that.
Yep. Lots of time just kind of learning the opponents, and then that's it. That's all you need, and then you win.
I love how all the guild members were fighting, and the whole time throughout the entire tournament, we didn't get any hint of this because obviously it didn't really focus on her. But this whole time, she's been watching every little movement they make, their mindset, everything about them. And then at the beginning of this episode, all the guilds just standing there, and then Mavis like, they know what they're doing, and it's like like we're the viewer, we're like clarifying that because it looks like they're just standing there to us.
Mm-hmm.
And
I thought at first that someone put a spell on them, like at the start of the match, like Rufus or something, like did something to like make them just fall asleep or something like that's what I was thinking at first. But it was quickly shut down by Mavis being a badass.
Yes. Mavis wins all the wars.
But yeah, so I can't wait to see what her plan is. Take down most of the big baddies from the other guilds and stuff, like Jura and
she stated even
most all of Sabretooth is still alive in the games. I know we haven't seen Leon at all.
Actually, only all of Sabretooth and Fairy Tail, I believe, are still in the games, because some are Mermaid Heel and Lamia's Gale and all of Quattro Puppies, I think, were knocked out. I think we're
Botchat's got one-shotted again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think yeah, but he got one shot by someone reasonable this time, in a sense.
He got an orbital bombardment.
Yeah, Sting.
Freaking Sting just come from space. Just like straight out from space. Just came straight down right on Bacchus. Yeah,
I can't blame him getting up from that.
That's like, it's understandable.
Look on his face too. He just had like a blank stare. When he did it.
Yeah. When Sting just stood up, it's like I love how his look just said, "You got a problem with that?"
I love how when that happened and Kagura showed up to defeat the two guys, she turns around and Sting's gone. he just left.
Am I the only one that wanted to see Sting versus Kagura? Am I the only one who wanted to see that? Because I wanted to see that.
See, since Natsu isn't in the battle royale, I wonder who Sting is going to go up against then.
Well, obviously he's facing everyone because we already see him randomly wreck Bacchus.
Yeah, so but because it's pretty straightforward to like the process of like everybody in the team Fairy Tail is going to fight some big person on the other teams. So like Jura versus Loxus, that kind of thing. Gajil versus Rogue, like that's gonna happen.
I mean, let's be real here. It seems like Rogue's only word in his vocabulary during last season was Gajil. If you remember that, that's all he would repeat. Gajil.
Gray versus Rufus, which we're gonna see. Who else?
Urza and Kagura.
Yeah.
Loxus, from what we can tell,
Loxus
if he made good on what he did last season, Jura and Loxus.
Loxus, Jura. Actually, no, wait. Loxus and Olga from Sabretooth, the Black Lightning guy. Like those two always like looked at each other like early on and was like, oh, that guy. Like they wanted to fight each other. So that would be interesting too. Maybe Loxus is just gonna like turn the corner. Olga's gonna be there, and he's gonna just wreck him in one hit, and then Jura's gonna show up or something. Like I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what the battle lineup is gonna be, and what Mavis told them to do.
Yeah.
Because obviously Mavis knows the outcome right now. Mavis knows the outcome of the battle right now before it even happens. And so far,
every battle.
Yeah, right now she's like 1-to-1. Everything she's guessed is correct. So it's very frightening that how like how this utterly what's the word, like knowledge, like how much knowledge she has on all of the whole guilds, all the guilds so far. Like you were saying, she just sat there and watched all the guilds and just kind of learned all their abilities and stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what comes of her strategy and her plan.
Yeah, I had to mute because of the coffee in the background. Okay.
But yeah, so then Natsu's team got trapped in like the jail thing with the talking. Well, I was gonna say talking statues, but the statues weren't talking. It was this, I guess, the princess or something of the kingdom talking to them. So that's interesting. It's weird that they saved the princess to now to like be revealed. I'm wondering why.
And then she just brings up Eclipse 2 out of nowhere.
Yeah, like activate or prepare something the Eclipse 2 or something like that. I'm like, really?
Well, I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. As wise people once say, always have a backup plan to a plan. You always have a backup plan. So I'm wondering if this is their equivalent of a backup plan. But I don't know what was the need for the number 2 at the end of it. Eclipse 2? That sounds so lame, by the way.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see what comes of everything. Really, I mean, there's like 2 stories going on right now. There's the Splinter group with Natsu's team, and then there's the Battle Royale. Like those 2 events are happening simultaneously at the same time. So it's gonna be interesting to see if it'll actually be interesting if near the near the end of the battle royale or something like that, Natsu's team like bursts up towards like through the city or something like that, and like does something to interrupt the battle royale. It would be pretty interesting to see something like that, but it might not happen. I don't know. I always say it might not happen because like just for like just safety reasons. Oh, hello, Rilu.
Hello.
We're just ending actually right now.
Oh.
I have to give a quick shout out to Yuka with saying the cringiest line of dialogue of the week.
Yes.
I think he'd say, "Yeah, you mad, bro."
Mad, bro.
That was like the moment he said that, I immediately remembered you saying or mentioning the like a boss one from before, and I'm like
Yeah.
like it's happening again.
I was like, no.
It's so out of place. So out of place.
Yeah.
Like it's all like talk banter, all this stuff. It's just like all of a sudden just like the line out of nowhere. It's just like, you mad, bro? It's like, really?
Why did that have to happen?
Right.
It's so out of place. So
Okay, yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I didn't even get to throw in my 2 cents about that comment because there was so much chatter in the background.
go for it.
So, my 2 cents on that one is I don't know. When I heard him say "you mad, bro," for some reason I knew Cobra was gonna have a reaction like that just because I had a feeling he was gonna remember the line about like a boss thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of obvious when you can tell when a cringy line is, and the reason I find it somewhat cringy is because I hear it out of anime. Why do I need to hear it in anime? So many people are always saying, "You like, you mad, bro?"
Just like day-to-day life.
It's fully on purpose.
I wonder. I actually wondered if the subbed version of that moment had something similar to that.
I actually want to go see that.
Because they always have like regional things to change. Like certain jokes that fall flat. From subs, they turn in the dub. They change it to make it relevant.
What episode was that one?
This was 78.
No, wait. Where Yuka says that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
that's when they're defeated.
Yep.
Yeah. It's when he and the dog guy were attacking what's his face?
Mermaid Heel.
It was Bacchus and somebody else. I think it was just Bacchus. No, they defeated somebody.
I think it was before Bacchus.
They defeated
the two Mermaid Heel girls, I think.
No, that was
the spy.
Blue Pegasus defeated.
That was Blue Pegasus. They defeated the Quattro Puppy guy.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
I never lost long enough to realize it.
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah.
So you're saying? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go for it. Oh. I'm gonna like wrap up. So, go for it.
Oh, no. So you're saying it was 178, and that's where Yuka says the "you mad, bro," right?
Yeah.
I'll probably have to just answer that off of recording because we don't want to prolong it too long. But yeah. One like equals one each. I'll be right back.
One like equals.
Oh man, I was hoping we were gonna have an episode with no
stuff. You're never getting that.
Dark Wolf was telling me how a bunch of people in the comments were mad that all the Ichiya pictures and stuff in the chat that Richard was doing last time. Got people all annoyed and everything.
Yeah, I bet.
Actually, to be fair, in the chat, if you don't say it, I found out because I read the chat. Someone in the chat for last episode put one like equals one each yet too as well.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
God. All right, we're gonna end here. We're only at like 40 minutes, so there's a good time to stop. So yeah, sometime Friday, maybe Saturday or Sunday or something like that. We'll jump into a call and discuss the next group of episodes. Hopefully. If not, then we'll have it up by Wednesday. If we combine episodes again, or something like that. Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks to Justin, Tommy, and Relulu for joining.
Couldn't be one
You have
Lou
to add
line.
an extra.
Yeah, I did that this morning when I said he. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna add another Lou to that. So let me just add another one right now.
It is gonna be so much longer in like 2 more weeks. It's gonna take up like the whole screen.
Does anyone feel like it would be appropriate for every discussion episode we do, or every episode of Fairy Tale that Cobra reacts to, we should add have Relu add an extra Lu to his name?
Well, think about it. I can still fit in another 32 Lus, so
We could do this. Yes, let's make it happen.
All right.
That's our goal.
Thank you everyone so much for watching, and like I said, we'll hopefully do it by Friday, maybe Saturday or Sunday. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next video. See ya.
Bye.